Armed forces during the counteroffensive, 3 ambitious and dangerous attacks on Russian positions can be carried out during the counteroffensive. One of them would endanger the Russian troops during the occupied Crimea. Michael Clark, an analyst on defense security, associate professor of the Institute of Security Strategy at the University of London, Britain, said on Sky News, so according to him, "We are talking about Orakov in the Zaporozhye region on the fronts north and south of Bakhmut. The AFU is already advancing from there, as well as the great area Novoselky near Igliator is the most interesting in Orakov. There was a big battle there," he said, adding that Ukraine inevitably lost an hour of Western tanks. He noted that the Ukrainian military are trying to take an ambitious, dangerous route to the south of Russia's brutal defense in Tokmak and further to Melitopol's Zaporozhye region. According to Michael Clark, the Ukrainian military can take on best with the Russian defense to split their land bridge in half to isolate enemy forces in the west of the region. This would endanger the occupiers' stay in Crimea because it would allow Ukraine to strike according to the enemy on the peninsula. This is the most ambitious and dangerous thing that they can't try. We don't know yet do they really go for it, but they persistently noted the probable intentions of the armed forces of Ukraine. He suggested that the Ukrainian military could deliberately force Russia to lead additional forces to this area by providing themselves with important intelligence information about what they are dealing with. Perhaps this is not the main impetus, but they definitely convince the Russians that they are serious about nuts. Ukrainians can see how the Russians will react before they decide where to really invest their forces, the expert believes. The Ukrainian counteroffensive is gaining momentum on the Russians, demonstrating fierce resistance. As reported by the policy, Ukrainian mechanized brigades are doubling their offensives in the Mahmud direction of Zaporizhia, which face strong resistance. The Russian edition notes that the Ukrainians have advanced up to 1,600 meters around Bakhmut. This was recognized by Russian military commanders associated with the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation. Leader Wagner Yevgeny Prigozhin earlier this week complained about the retreat of Russian troops. Bakhmut called it a disgrace. However, in the Zaporozhye direction, the picture looks much more ambiguous, as the publication of the Institute for the Study of War writes. It stated that a significant attack by the armed forces of Ukraine in the western part of the Zaporozhye region on the night of June 7-8, Russian forces defended themselves from this attack in a doctrinally justified way and allegedly restored their original positions at the same time, the Washington Analytical Center, citing geolocation footage, reported that Ukrainian forces broke through the first line of defense between the works and Verbovo, about 15 kilometers southeast of Orakov. But the Russians pushed them back. Ukrainian troops to rebuild its initial positions. Also reports fierce fighting around Velikaya Novoselka on the borders Zaporozhye and Donetsk regions. Politics notes that Ukrainian officials mostly keep operational silence regarding the counteroffensive yesterday. The Ukrainian army reported that the enemy continues to defend itself, that the counteroffensive is in full swing, hinted President Vladimir Zelensky on Thursday. He stressed that he is in constant contact with our military. Donetsk region, very heavy fighting on. The result is there, and I am grateful to everyone who provides this result. Bakhmut well done step by step, Zelensky said. At the same time, President Biden said that he was very optimistic about the developing events at the front, and the Russians are also reporting on heavy battles at the front. So I'm saying goodbye to you. Subscribe to our channel.